Kyle, how did or when, in your opinion, did the switch flick for the offense? Because I think everybody knew it was there all year, but now we're really, really seeing it.
Yeah, I mean, I think there was a couple of factors. I think throughout the year we were getting opportunities, and kind of it was weird to be content with that, but we sort of were, because we knew our shots would drop eventually, right? We have so much skill up there, and so many different ways to score, and it just took some time. And I think towards the end of the year, we got Chase back in the lineup full time, and we got Dahoka all the way back as well, and put our full group together on the field all at once in the last few games. So our shots are starting to hit, and we're starting to see some flow with our full offensive unit.
Now, when you guys played Toronto, you played back-to-back, game 1 and game 2. It's not going to be back-to-back, game 1 and game 2 in this finals, but it's a game, a travel day, and then a game right away. How does that change from the rhythm that you guys are usually during the season, where it's a game a week and then a bye week and then a game? Like, there's usually longer stretch between games.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly changes things just body-wise, right? I mean, it's tough when you compare it to the season, because you only have maybe 1 or 2 back-to-backs, and you only have 1 or 2 weekends to compare that to. And it certainly takes a toll on the body. So you got to refuel quickly, hydrate, and then the flight, and then going to Denver, where you're, above elevation as well. So all those factors come into play. But at the same time, I'm sure you guys know too, to get back and compete right away is huge. No matter whether you win or lose, to be able to go back right away and either flow off of what you just did well, or get a chance to back at them again after a loss. We're going to be ready. It's the NLL Finals, and we know what's at stake.
And Colorado comes in off a really staunch defensive performance to close out game 3 against Calgary. That was pretty much what we saw from them against you guys in the finals last year. How is it different this time around? How do you continue to have the offensive success that you've had of late against this team that has, a pretty terrific goaltender of their own, not unlike what you guys have in Matt Vince?
Yeah, no, exactly. We have that in our defensive unit as well. I think one difference this year, what we've been doing well lately, is focusing on our group, right? Instead of changing our game plan as to what certain defenses are doing and their tendencies, we're focused on us and dictating, kind of taking it to the defense. So we're going to attack everybody, and then we're going to move the ball as needed. So, they have a big, strong defense, a lot of big bodies back there that are trying to keep us to the outside. So it's going to be up to us to get to the middle and not let Dylan Ward, work the arc of his crease and come out and take angles away. So we're going to attack them and just come with a lot of speed.
You talk about their goaltender, and is there a different style, like in hockey? And I obviously know more about goalies in hockey. Like, some stay a little deeper, some like to challenge. Like, when you guys face a specific team like this in the playoffs, in the finals, do you pre-scout the goalie and know their tendencies? Like, when you have the ball and you go to let it go, do you pick spots? And I'm not asking you to tell me the spots, but just like as you prepare, is that different than in the regular season, where maybe you're seeing goalies that you don't know as much about?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you look at just comparing Vino in our net and Dylan Ward in theirs, very, very different style of goalies. Dylan Ward's very tall, comes and likes to work the angles at the top of his crease, whereas Vino stays on his goal line and wants to see shots from certain angles. So very different style. So you certainly have to prepare differently, just like you would in any other sport. And yeah, for us, I think it's just getting a game plan as to where those shots are going in more often than not, and then using our skill set and again, attacking them to get to those spots using ours.
Kyle, when you mentioned, getting to the inside and how you can do that, it's like a firsthand account, because anybody that knows your game knows that you have to be that type of guy. We see the beautiful shots from outside from Kluche and Byrne and Dane, but what is it that you and Tahoka and Fraser have to collectively do here to create a little bit of mayhem and allow, these great looks from the other shooters?
Yeah, I mean, I think you kind of hit it there saying mayhem, and that's kind of been my role the last couple of seasons with the Bandits, is just kind of creating chaos on the defense. So, cutting through the middle, maybe holding picks and slipping through things, just different looks that maybe defenses aren't expecting, and then creating matchup changes where, it puts Josh Byrne and Dane Smith on islands where they can, center some defensive players out, and then, their defense looks to help and we can move the ball around them. So it's getting to the middle in a variety of different ways, or maybe going behind the net and creating some different looks and having Dylan Ward have to play on his line because there's a threat behind the net. So just doing a variety of different things. And I think not being predictable is a big part of it. I think last year and even certain parts of the year this year were a little bit predictable in our roles. Whereas I think right now when we're all doing different parts of the offense, that's a big key to our success.
You mentioned their goalie liking to come out a little bit more and play those type of angles. You're probably going to find yourself around the crease a lot. Do referees yell out, stay out of crease, because they do that in the NHL. Although you're allowed to be in the crease, but like for you guys, it's different. If you're in the crease and the shot takes, like that's no goal. So, do they yell at you guys? Do they let you know, or is it on you to know where your heels are and not be on the line?
Yeah, it's sort of on us. So what they do is that you can't be the first guy to touch the ball after touching the crease. So essentially, you can't use it to your advantage. So what happens is once you do touch the crease, the ref kind of points at you. So you kind of know, and the other referees know that if that next ball goes to you, it should be blown down and it's going the other way. So that's probably the only signal. Other than that, we got to be aware of where we're at on the field.
Well, how heightened is this buildup based on the fact that we know how long the Bandits have been trying here for this next title? What's it like within the group right now?
Yeah, I think it's a different feeling than years past. Again, I wasn't there in 2019 for the Calgary loss, but I was a big part of it last year, and I was close with the guys when they went through that as well and into last season. But I just feel a little bit different about our group. I think again we're really focused on us and understanding what it takes, and sometimes it takes those losses to understand what those small things are. And I'm really excited just to get going here. It's been having the week off was nice for our bodies and to watch the Calgary Colorado game. But man, we're chomping at the bit just to get started here, and we know Buffalo's going to be rocking on Saturday. So just can't wait to get to the arena.
Does the ball travel differently? Sorry, Duffer. Does the ball travel differently, like in high elevation in Colorado? Like the puck doesn't change, but you get a little winded and your head hurts because you swell up and your feet hurt because you swell up. Like that the same thing, or is the ball acting the same way?
That's a great question. I think the ball is acting the same. I do find what I always say about Colorado is that I got to get my second wind a little bit earlier. So, first 5 minutes is a little tougher just to get used to it. And then you kind of get through that. You get your second wind in the first quarter as opposed to the second or third. So
enjoy. Best of luck, Kyle. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, guys.